the game, however, he was in high spirits. He gave the post-game speech. He is set to undergo an MRI today, and it's being reported that absolute best-case scenario, Mahomes misses just 3 weeks. Shannon, does the injury to Mahomes make the Patriots now a lock to win the AFC?
No, no, for the very same reason that we have these questions about the Chiefs and how good they can be. Injury. You mean to tell me Tom Brady gets injured? We still feel as strong about them? Tom Brady is what makes people believe that the Patriots are invincible. Obviously, Coach Belichick's there, and we still believe with the defense. Still don't know, Skip, and I don't know if you believe how good this defense actually is, because the team that they played, with the exception, I think maybe one team that they've beaten will make the playoffs, probably Buffalo. We're going to see how it plays out. Still a lot of football to go. But these other teams, Washington is not making the playoffs. The Jets aren't making the playoffs, and some of these other teams they've beaten, they're not making the playoffs.
Well, they got the Dolphins, too.
And they got the Dolphins again. Exactly. They got the Dolphins again. They've already beaten them once. Go get them again.
They get to end the season at home against the Dolphins.
Exactly. So injury is the greatest neutralizer in all of sports. And it's so hard to say, oh, it's a lock. There are no locks in sports. That's why we love sports so much, Skip, because, especially football, because it's not a series. Because best of 7, 3 out of 5, anything, you know. I got 3 chances. But one game, a bounce here, a tip there, win here, and who knows what can happen. So, no, they're not a lock. The Texans look really good. Yeah. Deshaun Watson will keep the Texans in every single game.
Yep.
They can run the ball. Carlos Hyde is running the ball extremely well. The problem, what concerns me, Skip, is that I have yet to see the Houston Texans defense ever show up against the Patriots offense. I don't worry about Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson's going to do his thing. A big game, bright stage, is something about that 12 that brings the best out of number 4. The Colts, they can play keep away. And I believe that's also a way that you have to beat him. Maybe. The Colts offensive line, they got the best offensive line in football. We talk about the Cowboys, Skip. We talk about the Eagles.
We don't talk about the Cowboys offensive line.
We don't talk about the Cowboys anymore. The Colts got the best offensive line. They're littered with #1 draft picks, just like the Cowboys. But these guys, Quentin Nelson and Costanza, those guys are unbelievable up front. And they do a great job of running the football, controlling the clock. And I believe that's also a way that you got to keep 12 off the field. Keep them off the field. So, Skip, no, it's not a foregone conclusion that they're a lock. They're a good football team, obviously. It looks like they're going to have, I always felt they're going to have one of these one of these top seeds, 1 or 2. Looks like they're going to be the #1 seed. But no, Skip, it's not a foregone conclusion. There are no such thing as locks. The Chiefs are in a world of trouble. Packers at home, Vikings at home, you mentioned this, at Titans, at Chargers. They're in trouble. They're in trouble. I know you like Matt Moore. Matt Moore is serviceable. But the Packers and the Vikings, they can get after the quarterback.
They can.
And their offenses can put points on the board. And now, Skip, we don't have to take unnecessary risk because we don't believe your offense is as high-powered without the guy that's pulling the trigger, which is Pat Mahomes. So, but to answer Jen's questions, no, I do not believe the Pats are a lock. They're comfortable. They're clearly in the catbird seat. But I like the Texans, and I like the Colts.
Silly me. I thought the Patriots were a lock before last night. And obviously, this, to me, makes them even more of a lock. And I do agree with your big-picture premise about this league. It's just a crazy league. It's because of reverse-order drafting, and everybody's got talent. And weird stuff happens that we can't explain because from week to week, a team just finds itself and catches fire, and you say, what just happened?
Right.
Denver just won 2 games and looked dominating on defense. And then just when you're ready to jump back on the bandwagon, they stunk it up last night like you rarely see a storied franchise stink it up on a big stage.
That was awful.
That was an embarrassment.
That was all-time embarrassment.
Okay, so even the Eagles we just talked about, they went up to Green Bay and beat a really good team and looked good doing it.
Yes.
Right?
After falling behind by 14.
Okay, they did. And yet, these same Eagles, I don't know, at home they lost to Detroit. And then they went to Atlanta, and I know they should have won the game because Wentz threw the pass to Aguilar that should have won it. But they shouldn't have been in that position in the first place because Atlanta's a bad football team. So they lost to Atlanta.
Especially defensively.
Right. And then Philly whose defense I do have some respect for in the front seven, gave up 38 points that easily could have been 40-something in an all-time embarrassment at Minnesota just last Sunday.
Yep.
So what's going on here? I don't know. So you can make the who knows case with this league. But to me, I keep looking down New England's schedule, and I told you, I'm pretty sure they're going to be favored to win every game all the way home. So they go to Baltimore on November 3rd. Do we love Baltimore? Kind of every other Sunday we do, but we don't every Sunday, right? Is Lamar ready to take on Tom Brady and outplay him? Maybe, but I doubt it. Then they have to go, the Patriots, they have to go to Philly, November 17th. Okay, dangerous, but with that pass defense, I think Dak can do damage. I know Tom Brady can do damage to that pass defense, right? And then at Houston, it could be the game of the year.
Right.
Seriously,
right.
It could be, because I have nothing but respect for Deshaun against Tom Brady. He's come close twice. The second time wasn't that close, but the one time at Foxborough, he was really good. Do I trust Bill O'Brien against Bill Belichick? The old chip off the block.
And Romeo's in DC now.
Another one?
Yeah.
Guess what? They're 0-5 against Bill Belichick together in Houston. They're 0-5. So do you really? I don't know. And then we had already circled December 8th, Kansas City at Foxborough. No, I don't know. I'm not feeling it right now. So the odds are that Brady and Belichick are going to get 2 home games off a 2-week. They get 2 weeks to prepare for 2 home games at Foxborough. Which one of these teams is going to go in there and uproot them, dethrone them?
Right.
I don't know. I don't see it.
But Skip, like I said, the unknown.
Okay.
What's the great equalizer?
Well,
injuries.
Okay, if Tom Brady goes down, I'm knocking on wood.
Right.
Okay, you got me.
Yeah.
Jared Stidham. Now, that would be the dream scenario for Bill Belichick.
You're right.
It might be. And if he could figure out how to get Jared Stidham home, boy, that would do it.
But
that would slam the door on number 12.
So if something were unforeseen, and I hope that doesn't happen, Brady goes down and Stidham comes in and he gets them to the Super Bowl, it's over.
It's over. No, that would do it. That would be period, end of story.
Yeah.
And Tom Brady would finish his career elsewhere.
But for me, Skip, look, the Patriots defense have been very, very good. But I believe even you have questions.
I do.
How good?
But again, I'm just going off the last game I saw them against the Giants and Daniel Jones. But my eye test tells me they're pretty good.
Right.
My eye test tells me they might be the best defense he's had in about 10 years. Maybe, because I'm seeing so many different pass rushers. Jamie Collins has come back to life out of nowhere, right?
Skip, you look at these quarterbacks, Skip. You said Luke Falk. You told me they cut Luke Falk.
Well, they did.
Okay. And
that was after the Eagles got to play Luke Falk.
Miami.
Yep. Okay.
They went from Fitzpatrick to Rosen, now they're back to Fitzpatrick.
Okay.
Case Keenum. And the Giants got a rookie. I mean, come on, Daniel Jones is a rookie, Skip. Come on, I get it. He's a high draft pick, but he's a rookie.
That's fair. Okay, I got you. Yet, when I look at Houston and I say, how good are they? So they're 8th in points allowed, so they're pretty good on defense. Not great, but 8th in points allowed. Is it good enough to get home? I don't know. And they're 16th in points scored, which is not good enough. Pro Football Focus says they're the 14th best team in the NFL right now, and take it for what it's worth.
Right.
But that's what their metrics and analytics say. Is it good enough to dethrone Brady? I just don't know.
I know, because you're asking a dome team to go on the road in January to Foxborough.
That's what's going to happen.
And that's normally a recipe for disaster for the dome team. Dome teams doesn't normally do well, Skip, going outdoors late January with an opportunity to go on to bigger things. We've seen it far too many times. That's why dome teams try to do everything they possibly can to get that game at home late in the year, because we want you to come to us.
Okay.
St. Louis, you come to us. You get on the greatest show on turf. You come to our building.
Okay.
And we'll see what happens.
So next up for Tom Brady is Sam Darnold, who just torched my Cowboys.
Oh, my goodness.
You picking him?
No, stop.
Well, okay. So
but you know Greg Williams going to get some hits on the quarterback.
He will get some hits. So could that be the game, knock on wood, that Tom goes down? Could be. That's probably the likeliest game he would go down.
He go get some hits now. The thing is, now he'll do some things that's unsound.
Yep.
He will bring guys from a side. You're like, well, but you just left everybody on that side. And if Tom sees it, it's going to be a home run. But he will get hits on Brady.
and flags will get thrown on jets when a ball quicker than you've ever seen him get rid of the ball.
Yeah.
And then he'll be looking at the ref like, seriously?
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Oh, he definitely be looking around like.
Yeah. Huh? My quarterback was on his back about 12 times in that game and got rocked. But my quarterback does not turn to the official because he sort of enjoys the contact. I'm knocking on wood.
No, the thing is, Skip, he hasn't been in the league long enough. Give him a couple more years. He'll get seasoned like Breeze and like Brady, like these other guys, Roethlisberger. He'll get like, oh, I can just look at him and the next time they'll give me the flag.
Yeah.
Okay.
So to sum it up, biggest threat to me is the Houston Texans, who lost at the Saints early. No shame there. And then they lost at home to the Panthers.
Panthers, okay.
Yeah.
Panthers.
Kyle Allen beat them at home, and it was 16-10.
Yeah.
World beaters? Not yet.
No.
Okay.
But they played really good the last 2 weeks. They played really good football the last 2 weeks.
Kyle Allen certainly becoming a story in himself these days. All right, we're moving.
Mercy, no mercy, no mercy. Let's go face to face. I embrace debate. I don't make mistakes. I just make my case. Drop mic when I'm done. One more can I say? Not bite to my tongue. I don't like the taste. I'm on and I'm on and I own my opponent. I'm always in the zone. Need a zone out of zone, and then we could get it poppin'. Pick the topic if you watch it. Skip and shine and skip the hopping. Took these sports and made them box it. All right, undisputed.
TGIF, everybody. Welcome to Undisputed live from Los Angeles. I'm Jen.